Well, good morning and welcome to Crazy Hat Day. This is one of my favorite hats. It's kind of my cowboy hat, I guess you would say. But I love to have things coming out of it, some silly flowers. And as you can see, I think there's the sun and rainbows on it. So it's also about the weather. That's Crazy Hat Day. And if you don't have a crazy hat, but you have a favorite hat, go ahead and go find it and put it on because we're going to have some fun today. We're going to make a craft. I gave you a baseball cap, and this is one that one of my students painted. And this is one that we did with magic marker, but we put a little bedazzle in it. We put a little glitter in it. So this is the craft that we're going to do today. And then we are going to help Cleo feel better. We're going to do some cutting and some matching. And then we're going to go back to practicing our ABCs. Remember yesterday we did A to O. Today we're going to do A to Z. And the story that we're going to read today, of course, is Caps for Sale. One of my favorites. So let's start our day in prayer. Dear God, thank you for my mommy, and I just want to say how much I love her on this Mother's Day. Amen. And I know it's past Mother's Day, but we should tell mommy we love her all month. Just like in June, we're going to tell daddy we love him all month. And you are so blessed because you have so many people that love you. You have Miss Amanda, you have your grandparents, your mom and dad, your aunts and uncles, you have Miss Sheila and Miss Sheila's family. So you are super duper lucky. Let's jump into our day. I'm smelling, my nose is busy smelling. This is a song I like to sing when I smell most anything. What are some of the favorite things that you like to smell? Share that with Miss Amanda. And also think of one thing you don't like to smell. And I think the number one thing that I do not like to smell is when a skunk sprays my dogs. Happens all the time, you know that. They're always chasing skunks in my backyard and getting sprayed, and it is a really yucky smell. So talk to Miss Amanda about what you like to smell and what you don't like to smell. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to jump in on our A to Z. Let's put our name on the top. Now, it's okay to sing your ABCs, but when we're going to kindergarten, we want to keep in mind that we don't need to sing so much, but we can say them to ourselves. So we can go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So it's almost like singing, but we're slowing it down and we're saying it. All right, so let's find our A. And the thing about this worksheet that's a little different than the one we did yesterday was yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was capital letters, the letters that our names begin with. And this is our lowercase letters. So these are the letters that are in the middle of your name. All right, so we're going to look for the lowercase A, and I spy it right under this arch right here, so A. So now we can say it out loud because we're doing it with Miss Sheila now. Maybe when we're saying it in kindergarten, we're going to be saying it to ourselves, but we're going to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you take it from there. Saying it in my mind, I'm up to S. How are we doing? let me know when you figure out what the picture is. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes. I'm coloring this big bow while you're finishing up. And I see we have a teddy bear. So we did our lowercase letters from A to Z. So now when you're done this, we're going to put it aside, and when it's time for you to color, you can go ahead and you can color it. I just did the bow while I was giving you a little extra time. But so nice work. I hope that they did well with that, Amanda. They should. I'm sure they knocked it out of the park. All right, so now let's go to help Cleo feel better. Let's put her name on the top. I'm gonna read the directions. Cleo feels sad. Oh no. She broke 3 toys. Help her put them back together. Cut the pieces at the bottom of the page and glue them to the squares to make a boat, a dinosaur, and an airplane. I don't know what Cleo had going on that she broke all those toys, but all right, so I'm gonna do this backwards. We're gonna see where the scissors are right here. We're gonna cut that first. All right, so this is what we're gonna have left. All right. And then we are going to cut out each of these rectangles. I'll do it backwards again. I think the easiest way to do this is maybe go along the line here. I 100% think that the boys can do this. It might just be a little cumbersome for them. So if you want to take this part off, up to you, up to them. If they feel like they can do it, have at it, because I know that they do really well with cutting. All right, and then you're just going to continue to chop away on that extra paper till you get down to this. And then you're going to cut out the 3 of these. Okay. All right, so here's our paper. And then we're going to put our pictures out, and then we're going to match them up to fix the toys. So take our glue sticks out. Now, let me just start by saying, I know that this is a little easy, but I just wanted to give you a tiny bit more practice with cutting and then matching them up and gluing. And then I thought we could color them. And Oliver's probably going, yay, we're coloring. And Graham's going, oh, color. Because they like to do different things. And that's okay. I know that sometimes Graham doesn't like to do all that coloring. Okay, so we match them up. We fix the airplane. We fix the dinosaur. We fix the boat. And now we can take our crayons and we can color those pictures in. So 3 things I want to see with this worksheet, boys. I want to see your name on it, and I want to see your best work with your name. Then I want to see cutting. I want to see you taking your time. I want to see you holding the scissors correctly. I want to see scissor safety, okay? So when we're not using our scissors, this is scissor safety. And I also want to see us doing our best work when we're gluing and we're matching the pieces up so they look like a full toy. And I guess I want to see 4 things, because then I want to see how nicely you color. And this is not a big picture, it's a smaller picture, so we're going to have to take our time, because there's some little grooves in here that need to be colored. All right, so Oliver and Graham, best work. I'll put that aside. Okay, so Caps for Sale. Such a silly book, but one of my favorites. Okay. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First, he had his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, he had a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the street, holding himself very straight so as to not upset the caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps, so he walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But no one wanted any caps that morning. No one wanted even a red cap. He began to feel hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said. And he walked out of town slowly, slowly, as to not upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a big tree. This is a nice place to rest, he thought. So he sat down slowly, very slowly, underneath the tree, and he leaned back little by little against the tree trunk as to not disturb the caps on his head. Then he put his hands, then he put up his hands to feel, are they all straight? First, he checked his own cap, then he checked the gray caps, then he checked the brown caps, then he checked the blue caps, and then finally he checked the red caps on the very top. They were all there, so he decided to go to sleep. And he slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were there in the right place. He felt his own checkered cap. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked to the back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked up in the tree. And what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey, and on every monkey was a gray, a brown, a blue, or a red cap. The peddler looked at the monkey. The monkey looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys," he said, shaking his finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys shook their finger back at him. Tis, 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 tis. This made the peddler angry, and he shook both his hands at them, and he said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their hands back. Tis, 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 tis. Now he felt very angry, and he stomped his feet, and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." And all the monkeys did was stomp their feet. Tis, 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 tis. By that time, the peddler was really, really, really very angry. And he stomped with both his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stomped their feet. Tis, 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 tis. At last, he became so angry that he pulled his cap off and he threw it to the ground. And he began to walk away. But then, each monkey pulled off their cap and threw it to the ground. And And all the gray caps and the brown caps and the blue caps and the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and he put them back on his head. First, he checked his checkered cap, then his gray caps and his brown caps and his blue caps and his red caps on the very top. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end. I hope you enjoyed that book. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do today is I gave you a baseball cap, and I'm going to give you again 2 examples. This is one that one of my students did that they painted, watercolors. And this one, actually, I think Matthew did this for me. He used markers and colored that, and then we kind of bedazzled it a little with glitter, but I didn't send you home with any glitter, and I'm sure that your mother and father appreciate that I didn't send you home with any glitter. So markers, watercolors, crayons, however you want to decorate your baseball cap. And you can make it like your baseball cap that you use when you play baseball on when you go to Rabinowitz. So that's up to you. All right, so we helped Cleo feel better. We connected our A to Z, and now we're going to do our baseball caps. And of course, we laughed and enjoyed our book, Caps for Sale. All right, boys, that is it for our Tuesday lesson. I will see you back here tomorrow for Wednesday. This week is flying by. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.